The riot, you the GOAT, boy.
RT, you good, bro?
Benzion, you the man. I've been doing this here, man.
Crazy coming back, he crack the sky, he come with fire. Babylon, yeah, it gotta burn, yeah, with fire. Damn, where you read that at? It's in the Bible. I tell you what you're afraid of, a black messiah. Crazy coming back, he crack the sky, he come with fire. Babylon, yeah, it gotta burn, yeah, with fire. Damn, where you read that at? It's in the Bible. I tell you what you're afraid of, a black messiah. Christ, he coming back to save his people from the enemy. The same people stole us, then they sold us to the enemy. Came on a slave ship, shackles on my damn arm, yokes around my neck, on my feet, so I couldn't run. Me, shack.
We out here to show you, sis. What's your nationality? What's your nationality, sis? So you see the sign right there, right? Go on and point who you are out. Now I remember your face. You sure was. So you sure can point who you are. You from the tribe of Judah. Now this goes by your age. That's how. Give me that numbers. Let me show you how the Most High keeps up with our nationality. You got that? Read that.
The book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month.
So they got all together, the whole congregation, on the first day on the month. Read.
And they declared their pedigree after their families by the house of their fathers.
You see that? So, because the man carried the seed, and he planted the seed in the woman. Just like you might do vegetables. You might have an apple, you might plant that apple in Spain somewhere. It's still gonna be an apple, right? It just might look funny. So that's exactly how we work also. So when you look at this here, you say you from the tribe of Judah? What's your dad? Is he African American? That's where you from. You're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. So that's right. That's your true nationality. That's what they don't teach you in school. They told you that you was black, African American.
I remember.
You remember what? Judah?
I'm African American.
But after you, okay, you know that. That's great. That's awesome. But it's more to just knowing.
21.
Like you're gonna have to start and to act like Judah. Now, how did Judah act? How do a sister from the tribe of Judah supposed to act? How is she supposed to carry herself? What is she supposed to eat? What is she supposed to wear? Who's she supposed to deal with? Give me that Deuteronomy 12, 10 verse 12. It's more than just knowing who you are. We done seen you before, all praises you remember. But now you're going to have to start to change things to match up who you are. Because when you see an East Indian woman, right? Don't she have that, she wear the long, they rock their culture. What is your culture? Is it what America told you was? African American with the, is that it? Or was that just given to you by the slave masters that brought it? Right, so what we doing, we're going back to what we are. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12.
Bring it out.
And now Israel, what does the Lord thy God require of thee?
So you Israel, and he asked what?
What does the Lord thy God require of thee?
Says, what does God require of you? Read. I'm about to give you the answer. Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
You gotta learn how to fear God. See, right now you don't fear God. You know how I know? Because of the things that he wants you to do, you ain't doing them yet. And if you feared him, you will start doing them because you're scared that he's gonna take vengeance upon you. He's gonna punish you. Because we're being punished now, but we gonna be more punished. It's gonna increase. Especially when you learn who you are and you don't take heed to what he's saying. So he said you got to fear him. Read.
To walk in all his ways.
You got to start walking in his ways. What is his ways? You know any of his ways? We're going to teach you some of his ways. Read.
And to love him.
You got to love God. We're going to teach you the love of God, what God considers love. Read.
And to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. To keep the commandments of the Lord.
What? To do what?
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
Right there, he summed it all up for you. is keeping God's commandments. You understand? Let me give you a commandment that you can start following real quick, real easy, like Deuteronomy 22. You know where I'm going with this, sis? I'm gonna show you something that's gonna help you out. It's gonna start to change the way you think. It's gonna help you start to conform into the princess that you are. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Read it again.
The woman.
We talking about the woman. Read.
Shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Read.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Sis, what's a woman's garment that a man shouldn't wear? Outside garment. A dress. Very good. So read that first part again. That you understand the man don't supposed to have a dress on, right? Because if I had a dress on right now, would you take me serious? Exactly, right? So let's get the first part, because that first part pertains to you. That second part pertains to me. We ain't got on no dresses. We aight. Let's see if you right. Read.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Sis, what does pertain to a man outside? No, like clothing. You remember you said a dress pertains to a woman. So what pertains to a man? On the outside. He wear it on the outside. See, we've been so conditioned, we don't even realize. You think it's normal for a man to wear a dress? Right, you don't. But the women are so conditioned not to even know what they don't supposed to have on. And they learned this here. Because your foremothers never wore pants, sis. It's pants. That's what he's talking about. Read it again for her.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Which is what? What pertains to him? You sure? I mean, you might not believe me. I'm asking you. You believe that? That's what it's talking about. Now, what do you think? You think that's right? You think women supposed to wear pants? You think women always wore pants?
No, they wear.
So women wore what?
Dress.
So God wants you to come back to what you used to wear as a princess. He wants you to wear dresses and skirts. Because let's be real, when you wear pants, problems happen down there. Right? That's why you wasn't made to wear pants. That came here in back in the day, the women's movement. The white women got y'all involved with wearing pants so they can move and get ahead with the man, the white man. But they got the black woman to run with them. And now you wearing pants, and you done heard who wear the pants in the house. And that's why a woman buck up to their man, because it's a spiritual thing. So you see all these little princesses you got walking around here? They all supposed to be in dresses, learning how to be a princess. Okay, but all of our princesses supposed to be in dresses, long, and it can't just be a dress or like something up top. It has to be. Let me show you how you're supposed to dress. Give me 10. Let me show you what type of dress you're supposed to wear, because this is how you come back and start changing yourself. Just imagine if you wore a dress for a month. Your mind gonna start to change. You're gonna start moving different. The door's gonna start opening for you. Right, but you wear pants also. And see, guess what? When you read in this Bible, let me show you the dress you're gonna make, and then I'm gonna show you how God feels about those that's doing what you're doing. Read.
The book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
So the woman is supposed to wear modest apparel. You ever heard that before? So modest apparel is definition as not showing sexual attention. So that means we can't see your curves. We gotta not be able to curve, because what you do, you put a spirit on those that's lusting out here, and that causes a lot of problems in our community. That's why you only pointed out one. And that's why you got so many of them without no fathers. Because y'all walk around and they see what they like and they're happy.
I can't speak for everybody else, but my baby has 12 years and all my kids.
Well, this is for him too. Because guess what? The man got to get in order for the woman to get in order. So what you got to do is you got to introduce him to what we teaching, so he can start framing his mind around what thus said the Lord. Because guess what? Give me Proverbs 28 verse 9. Let me show you something. Because you're not in modest apparel, and you're not conforming yourself around what thus said the Lord, although you knew, and you learned you Judah, this is what you need. Read.
The book of Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 9. He that turneth, what's your hands?
Read.
He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law.
What? He that do what?
Turneth his ear away from hearing the law.
That person that turned their ear from hearing God's laws, read.
His prayers shall be abomination.
Your prayers are the abomination of God. Meaning he ain't listening to you. You understand? We ain't doing no reading the Bible. We trying to let you know this what's going on. That's why we in the conditions. He ain't listening to us. He ain't paying attention because we ain't listening to him. You understand? So we got to start listening to him. Read it again one more time.
He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayers shall be abomination.
So that's the understanding. Now let me show you something. Christ's gonna come back in a minute, right? Time's almost up. And he catch you out here walking around like that. What do you think he gonna say? You all right with me? He gonna say deny. Give me Zechariah.
What's this gonna be on?
Let me show you the prophecy of those that's dressing out of order when Christ comes back. Let me put a little fear, because remember I said you gotta have the fear of God? Let me put a little fear in your heart. Maybe they can change your mind. Zephaniah 1 and 8, please. Let me show you how God, because it's important that we get this right, because destruction coming, sis, and whether you understand it or not, you're gonna be held accountable for how you performed on this earth. You're gonna be held accountable for how you raise your children. We all gonna be held accountable. Read.
The book of Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice.
Start at 15.
What you asking?
So you can get the point. I want to show you that this is destruction. This is future prophecy. Read.
Verse 15. That day is the day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloomness, a day of clouds and thick darkness.
You see that? That sounds like nuclear fire, don't it? A clouds and thick darkness. Now jump down. Read. And that day, when he come back, read.
Verse 8.
Read 8.
Verse 8. And it shall come to pass.
And it's going to happen.
In the day of the Lord's sacrifice, that I will punish the princes.
He said he's going to punish the princess.
And the king's children.
That's us, read.
And all such are clothed in strange apparel.
Because when you wearing pants, sisters, God consider that strange apparel. He's gonna kill you. He's gonna burn you up. You're not gonna survive that destruction. Right. So that's the fear that God's telling you about, because we all have to stand in judgment in front of the Lord. Give me Revelations 20 verse 12. We all got to stand in the judgment seat of the Lord. And what does that look like? You think you're going to be able to trick him? Watch this, right? I'm going to show you why you can't trick him. He written this down for we to put this fear in us, so he could put the fear in us. Read.
The book of Revelation, chapter 20 and verse 12. And I saw the dead, small and great.
He saw the dead. This is the end of this is the end right here. The dead, small and great. That means the regular people and the wealthy people. Read.
Stand before God. And the books were open.
And the books was open, right? I got you. And the books was open. Everybody's standing before God, and the books are going to be open. Read.
And another book was open.
And another book is going to be open.
Which?
That book is your book. You got the Bible open, and you got the book of your life that you live going to be open.
And the dead were judged out of those things
Read that again, I'm sorry.
And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books.
So we're going to be judged according to what this Bible says. Read.
According to their works.
According to your works. The works are what you do as you walk today. How did you carry? Did you believe in God? Did you follow his instructions? So right now, you know what that's going to look like, right? If he came right now, you in trouble, right? That's why we out here to change your mind, since we want to save your life.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support